everyone, I'm Yoiraj, and today I would like to talk about a very beautiful topic called probability. So what is probability? Probability is a bunch of mathematics concerning numerical description of how likely an event is to occur. For example, the chance of getting head or tail by flipping a coin, or the weather forecast. So let's start this video by a small brief history of probability. The known use of probability was by Arab mathematicians around 8th to 13th century. The early usage of probability was largely related to cryptographic communication. So probability was used to encode messages, and then they would be transferred by horseback or other means of transportation to somewhere else, delivered to the recipient of the message. And then the recipient would have some kind of probability-based cryptographic key that would allow them to decipher the message. So this would help keep the communication safe during the journey. Al-Kindi was the first probability mathematician known to make statistic influence. And now let's solve some problems of probability. Let's solve some problem involving probability. So the question is, a student is chosen from a certain group. There are 9 girls and 8 boys in that group. What is the probability that the chosen student is a boy? So we will solve this problem using this formula. The probability of event is always equal to number of favorable outcomes and number of all possible outcomes. So now let's begin. So the number of girls is 9 and the number of boys is 8. So now what we will do, we will add the 9 girls and the 8 boys, which gives us 17 students. So the total number is 17. So the number of possible outcomes is 17, and the number of favorable outcomes is 8. So we will write it like this: the probability of event that the chosen student is a boy is always equal to 8, which are the number of favorable outcomes, and 17, which is the possible outcome. So this is the chance that we can get a boy from this certain group. If it was a girl, then it would be 9 by 17. So now let's move on to the next question. So now let's solve the second question. The second question is, in John's chest there are 4 pair of blue socks, 5 pair of green socks, and 2 pair of white socks. If John is going to pick a pair of socks, what is the probability that John will get a pair of white socks? So now we will apply the same formula again. The probability of the event, number of favorable outcomes, divided by number of all possible outcomes. So now we will start solving. So there are 4 blue socks, 5 green socks, and 2 white socks. So we will add them together, which gives us 11 pairs. So now we apply the formula. The probability of getting which socks? White. So 11 is the possible outcomes and 2 is the favorable outcome. So we will write that down. 2 by 11. If it was green socks, then it would be 5 by 11, and if it was blue socks, then it will be 4 by 11. So this is how we can find out the probability of getting certain materials. We can use it like in another question. There are 4 boxes, and in one box there is 1 key. Then what is the probability of getting of the box which have the key? So it will be 1 by 5, 1 by 6, or the number of boxes. So this is how we can solve all of the probability like questions with this simple formula. There are many more. We can use all of it. Probability is a very good branch, and if we are good at it, we can do all sorts of things. We can predict many things with it. So that's all for this video. Thank you everyone.